When I picked up this guy, Mark over here, I thought it was a pretty weird thing that they made a pop of him. I mean, I enjoy Blink-182, but does everybody else? How popular is this band really? And the answer is very. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Baker here, joined by our axe-wielding abuser of Funko Pops and pop collectors alike. It's Craig. And it looks like he also has a pop, Travis Barker, to go with Mark Hoppus over here. Good call. This is one of the few bands where the drummer is probably better known than the lead singer because he can drum better than you can. If you don't know what we're talking about yet, this is Blink-182, the punk pop alternative skate rock band who released their first album in 1995 and then released their most recent album a couple of months ago in September 2019. It's called 9 and it's their 8th official studio album. Pretty good, you should give it a listen. Of course I can't play any of it or we'll be copyright flagged and the studio that produced it will get all the money this video will ever make, which is probably none, so that's fine. We'll just have to find something punk rock enough and royalty free enough to put on in the background rather. Yep, that works. Shall we look into who and what these guys are about, and of course what these figurines look like? I think so. Craig, let's start with this one, Mark over here, the founder. Yeah, you take him. Blink-182, for all intents and purposes, is Mark Hoppus's band. He writes and sings most of the songs, as well as plays the bass guitar. He's actually the only founding member in the band that's still around, since the original guitarist Tom and the drummer Scott were both fired. Bit unfair on Tom DeLonge to put him in that group. He was a big part of the band for a long time, but let's not worry about that right now. Blink-182 still exists, somehow, and our characters today are Mark Hoppus over there as well as Travis Barker. Let's have a quick look at the box. It's got some striking pink and black all over with a stylized Blink-182 logo. Travis and Mark are the only two in this collection, which means that it's another complete set. Well done, Craig. Shall we open him up? As usual, if you want your own Blink-182 pops, I've put some links in the description. Ready? Don't care, I'm carrying on. This pop has a very interesting 90s hairstyle, which he still wears today, along with a blue octopus graphic t-shirt and some shorts and skate shoes. Mark is definitely very sure of himself since he hasn't felt the need to change his fashion for the last 20-something years. And I fully support this sentiment. Strapped over his shoulders and around the back is his pink Fender electric bass guitar, his signature instrument. Except there's something weird about this one the pop is holding. The pickups, the bridge, the knobs are arranged like a guitar, not a bass. Maybe a bit of a cost-saving measure going on there, or just a mistake. Bad form, Funko. Do better next time. Craig, I thought we were over this, but at least you didn't give it a 4. Speaking of doing better, Mark Hoppus and Blink-182 did way better when our very popular other character here joined the band, Travis Barker. Their 1999 album Enema of the State was when the band's popularity exploded and they became an international success. Mark and Tom credit Travis for being really good and making them want to do better for themselves. Just being around that kind of talent makes everything better. He's consistently featured in the lists of the top 10 drummers ever. He has a very energetic look and style about him, and there's a story about him. When he was filling in for Blink-182 at the start, he had 45 minutes to learn a whole set of 20 songs, and of course, he did it perfectly. Box is the same, so no need to get into that again. You can open it up. I'll give you a minute. Leave a like if you want Craig to open boxes faster. So first off, this pop has a big black cap facing backwards and is slightly off center, so that's pretty cool. Every pop we've seen so far with some significant headwear like this has had a stand to help him stay upright so he doesn't fall over. But not this one. Which is kinda weird because he's definitely not the most stable with all that weight hanging off the back of his head and off to the side as well. Well, back to the front, we see this pop has quite a lot of detail in the form of tattoos. Travis is wearing a sleeveless shirt so we can see all his ink and the word self-made across his fingers. Of course there's a star and flower symbol on his face. Apart from that, Travis is also sporting some camo shorts and of course a set of white drumsticks, which are very weirdly shaped in this example. So overall, very nice pop. It's very clear who this is if you know him. Of course, it's another 4. Who'd have guessed? Those who know Blink-182 know that they haven't really been around since they started. They broke up in 2000 and Travis and Mark over here made another band called Plus 44, which is a lot like Blink-182 but maybe 138 less or so. At the time I assumed their next band would be called 226. Leave a like for the math, but no. Blink-182 was reincarnated and still exists to this day. Speaking of reincarnation, Star Wars Episode 9 is out next week, so guess what we'll be doing? That's not hypothetical. Leave your guesses in the comments below and make sure you subscribe so you know whether your guess was right or not. Until then, there are a whole bunch of other videos to watch, so go and do that now. Definitely don't stay to the end to see Craig try and play the guitar. Goodbye.